Project Octopath Traveler is a game that I've been following since its announcement, and has had me hooked because of its unique style of blending 2D sprites within a 3D world. Now that there's a free demo for said game available on the Nintendo Switch for everyone to try out, I was more than ready to jump in and see for myself what kind of game this truly is. Once you start up the demo, it asks you to pick one of 2 of 8 playable protagonists to play from, hence the strange but cool working title of the game. There is Ulberic, a warrior who was once a proud and noble knight, tasked to protect his king, but failed to protect him during a bloody war, and now serves as a master-at-arms for a small village in the mountains. And there is Primrose, a dancer who seals her true identity as the highborn daughter of the House Hazelheart, to become a dancer in the pleasure district of Sunshade, in order to find the 3 men bearing the mark of the crow who murdered her father, so she can have her revenge. You get to play the introduction to their stories in this demo, and I must say that I thoroughly enjoyed both Ulberic's and Primrose's introductions. They are both introduced incredibly well because of how well the protagonists develop throughout the course of their adventure. They feel like real people with real emotions, and the events they face have real weight to them. I became so enveloped in both their stories because of their personalities and the challenges they face that I couldn't put the controller down. Even side characters that you come across during their adventure, or strangers that you encounter, have their own personalities that make the world feel more alive. Gameplay consists of exploration and combat. This includes searching the world for loot, fighting enemies, speaking to NPCs you come across in your travels, and dungeon crawling. In exploration, there is a feature in the demo called Path Actions, which allows the player to do a special interaction specific to each protagonist with almost any NPC in the world. For example, Ulberic can challenge NPCs to a duel to gain extra XP and items, while Primrose can allure NPCs to follow her so she can use them as an extra support option during combat. This feature makes the world feel more alive and gives NPCs more character that they wouldn't have in any other games. In combat, your objective is to exploit your foe's weaknesses and attack them with the weapon or ability required to weaken them in order to break their defense. Once their defense is broken, the enemy will miss a turn to regain their defense. This leaves the enemy open for the player to strike harder, as your attacks will deal more damage to the enemy while they're unguarded. Each character has their own set of weapons and abilities that they can use in combat. Ulberic can wield swords and polearms, and use abilities such as Abide, which increases the damage of your physical attacks for 3 turns, while Primrose can wield a knife and use abilities such as Midnight Ode, which unleashes dark-based elemental damage to all her foes. An awesome feature that is used in combat is Boost Mode. After each turn, your characters gain a boost point, BP for short, which can multiply how many times you can attack, how powerful your abilities are, and how much less damage you'll take when you defend. The use of BP adds another layer of depth and strategy to turn-based combat. It feels so amazing to pull off powerful combos or abilities to take out groups of enemies. The soundtrack in this demo is incredible. The battle music is fast and epic.
Let us fight with honor. How about you?
The boss battle music is really intense. And the dungeon music is dark and mysterious. Every track in this demo fits each moment perfectly, and I can't wait to listen to the full soundtrack in the future. The sound effects in the game are also excellent. Every sound is made perfectly and no sound feels out of place. One thing that really surprised me was the voice acting. The voice acting in this demo is really good, even excellent at times.
You would take that tone with me? You're nothing but a stupid whore! You would have died on the street if not for me!
What have you done?
Have you not eyes?
The king is dead by my hand.
What madness? What treachery is this?
No madness here. We call it treachery, if you will.
In conclusion, I think the demo to Project Octopath Traveler is probably one of the best demos to a game that I've ever played, and I cannot wait for the full release in 2018. If you are an RPG fan like me, and you own a Nintendo Switch, then I highly recommend you go and download this demo right now if you haven't already. Or if you have always wanted to get into RPGs, but don't know where to start, then I advise giving this demo a go. You might have an amazing experience out of it, and best of all, it's free, so you have nothing to lose. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a pleasant night.